Friday, and that can only mean one thing. My favourite man is here, Tom Canavan.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Good to see you.
And
Darius on board this week.
Fantastic, Darius.
What are we talking about? It's red wine, I take it?
It is, it's red wine, as you can
What
see.
gave it away?
But it's something a wee bit different, because what I'm looking at is red wines that really suit being served quite cold, chilled down for a good half hour in the fridge.
Okay.
Now, I've got a theory about this. I know that red wine is meant to be served at room temperature, but I'm also aware of the fact that that was back in the day. And now we're in an environment where we have central heated rooms. We're very used to being in a warmer environment, double glazing. 23, 24 degrees. That's not the ideal temperature for a red wine, often, is it?
You're dead right, Darius. It's when the rules were written, it was back in Victorian times, and the temperature then was probably more like 18 or 19.
Really?
And wines, really, red wines, you don't want to get too geeky and too worried about it, but really, they should be served somewhere between about 15 and 19 degrees. So the average living room is too hot, and almost all red wines taste better with just like 10 minutes in the fridge.
Are you enjoying having someone intelligent in the wine tasting with you this week? It's a bit of a
Another
difference.
Don't
It's
worry.
an insult to Stephen, actually.
After
That was what I meant. No. Right, let's get started. Let's get wine tasting. What's
Okay,
the
let's
first one
get
up?
going. Number one, we're off to Italy, and this one is the Piedmont Barbera, 2009, from Italy. It's in Marks & Spencer's at £5.49. And if you have a little sniff of that, it's got that lovely, bright, kind of cherry fruit.
It's a
Just,
taste.
really fresh black cherries. Have a taste.
I can smell that.
Ooh.
We've chilled this down so it has that lovely, fresh edge to it.
Packs a little punch, that.
It does, it's not a big beefy wine, but when you chill it down, it's got lovely acidity and lovely freshness. And I think that's a really good thing for almost all red wines. You don't want them to be kind of gloopy and thick. You want them to be quite fresh.
It's fresh and summery.
You like
Summery
it?
I
as
do.
well.
I like that a lot.
Perfect, isn't it? It's lovely. Really good. It's from northern Italy, so really good with risotto, especially something like a wild mushroom risotto. Really good with pastas too. So Italian wine with Italian food works a treat.
Excellent. All right, what's up next, Tom?
Up next, we're going over to France, and we're going to another grape. This one comes from the Loire Valley. And mostly we think of the Loire for white wines, but they do some red. This is the Domaine de Colombier Chinon 2008. It's from Sainsbury's at £5.99. And again, if you have a little nose of that, I like those kind of black curranty aromas in that. But you also get a little bit of something kind of slightly spicy, something slightly grassy.
Very,
almost.
very spicy.
Grassy.
Grassy and
Yeah,
herbal,
I get
Darius,
that.
you get that. And that makes it interesting. Having it chilled again keeps it fresh. But that wee grassy note actually makes it a great partner for goat's cheese. And
My
that's-
favourite.
Oh, I love goat's cheese too,
Let's go
Michelle.
for dinner.
Let's
Sorry, I
do
didn't
it.
mean to
Goat's
say
cheese
that
dinner. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. I keep bugging you for dinner. Moving on.
So,
this
brilliant with
one.
goat's cheese. Unusual for a red, but I love that. With chilled down with goat's cheese. Finishing off, staying in France, and the kind of classic red wine to be chilled, which is Beaujolais. This one is the Louis Jadot. It's called Combo Jacques, Beaujolais 2009. It's in Tesco and it's £8.95, this one. But Beaujolais really suits being chilled a bit. So have a little sniff of this
So it's
again.
a wee bit more expensive, this one.
£8.95, so a bit more expensive, but it's for a really classy Beaujolais, actually. And you get that lovely kind of soft, almost strawberry fruit in the
It's
nose.
sweet. It's the sweetest smelling of the three.
Exactly, it smells sweet like
Doesn't
strawberries,
taste so sweet,
cherries.
but does it?
Doesn't taste sweet at all.
I think I might have to have another try just to determine whether that was sweet or not.
Pretty silky, pretty smooth, but that slight chill again gives you that lovely freshness.
Very fresh.
I have to say, chilling it does make a difference because I'm not a massive red wine fan, and I think it's because it is always served at room temperature, but chilling it does make a bit of a difference.
It does, Michelle, and when you serve them too warm, they become quite heavy, and it's the heaviness of red wine that a lot of people don't like. So 10 minutes in the fridge for most wines, 20 for these. It's a perfect temperature.
And tell me, this last one, what would you recommend eating this with?
Well, this Beaujolais is... the Beaujolais Nouveau is a very light fruity wine, but this is not a Nouveau. This was made in a different technique. It's quite a full wine, so I would still put this with things like roast chicken. It's really good with liver and kidneys, if you like liver and kidneys, and really good with a bit of cheddar, one of the hard cheeses too.
Another of my favourite. Tom, amazing recommendations. What are we doing next week?
Next week I'm really excited because we're doing wines made by Scottish winemakers.
In Scotland?
No, the wines don't come from Scotland. They come from New Zealand and Australia and all over the world, but all made by Scottish winemakers who've followed their dream and gone out to make
Excellent.
wine.
Tom Canavan, thank you very much. Top recommendations as always.
Thanks, Tom.
Nice one.